What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that's the one, the only. It's Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scotty, happy... Dude, I swear to God, I thought it was Friday today when I woke up. It is only Thursday.
Oh, man. That happens to me all too often.
Oh, yesterday I was sitting at dinner going, man, it feels like it's Thursday. So naturally I wake up today going, hey, it's Friday. It's not the weekend. At least not yet. We're getting close.
Yeah, I have the opposite where I go, holy, it's Saturday already? What?
Yeah, I get a lot of that too. Dude, there's a ton of that going on lately. We are so busy with so many things on the go. It's an incredible feature over here right now over in ITG, where everybody can be joining us live over on twitch.tv/theofficial ITG, as well as YouTube at Inside the Game Official. You can't join us live? Then you should hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Hit us up over at the official ITG on Twitter as well. Give us a shout out. Let us know what you're thinking about the whole Xbox and Activision purchase, because we are far from done talking about that, Scott. But that's not on today's doc, because PlayStation continues to build the hype for Horizon Forbidden West, with the latest trailer giving us a bit of a better understanding of the story. We also see some high-profile actors making their way into the game as well, and Google Stadia is looking for players' feedback. Do that one. I'm looking forward to that conversation, buddy. Big time. All right.
Yeah, we've had ideas along the way.
Absolutely. Dude, do you believe it? I didn't put that trailer into the mix today for today's show. We have a new trailer. The Horizon has launched a new trailer today for Horizon Forbidden West. Honestly, just go watch the trailer. It gives you a breakdown of what's going on. Guerrilla Games and Sony Interactive have pumped out a new Horizon Forbidden West trailer for your consumption, which focuses on game's narrative and features the tagline, Rise Above Our Ruin. Scott, we all know this is coming out next month, February 18th. They keep showing more and more footage. Is that really what you're ready to see now at this point, or do you just want the game like me?
Well, I feel like the hype has increased until like a super critical mass, where I get a little afraid that the hype will just overshadow what we actually get.
Yep.
We've seen that happen with other games before, and that would be really unfortunate, because I think there's a lot to look forward to in this. So I don't want them to give away their hand too early.
Yeah.
But I think you were telling me yesterday, by the looks of this trailer, it's quite impressive.
Actually, I pulled up the trailer. It is there. I fooled everybody. It's actually there. I was looking at something else on the screen. Dude, the trailer is like, Horizon looks amazing. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot on the go right now with Horizon, and what is coming in the future there is going to be, man, like I can't wait. I really can't wait. It's definitely one of my most anticipated titles this year, and we're only getting started. Like, what a way to start off the year, especially for PlayStation. This is good, and we talked about it yesterday, you know, the possibilities of what the year could look like for PlayStation with their launches and opportunities that are in front of them, but we question whether or not we're going to get them this year, or is it more of a next year proposition? So
those are a lot of huge blockbusters, and of course I'm looking forward to them too. But even if they stop after February, there's still a huge amount, a backlog to clear until the next February, really.
Well, yeah, we're definitely not short on things to play, right? Like, so what's coming out next, I believe it's next week, is Uncharted, the Lost Legacy Collection. That's what it is. That was coming out, which is your opportunity to play Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy if you haven't. So they're going to start off with Uncharted, one of their most popular IPs. They're going to roll in from there into Aloy's story, the continuation of Horizon Forbidden West, which brought us to the end from Horizon Zero Dawn. Dude, there's so many games, I'm mixing them all up here. So we're going to flip into that. That one's a continuation. And where that one is going now with Horizon Forbidden West, and watching that trailer yesterday, and I got a press release this morning on it. Dude, like, I cannot wait. And then from where else do we see PlayStation going this year, Scott?
Oh, of course, there's God of War is the question mark at the end of the year. And there's not much else that I can think of to hit other than the they've kind of covered their mainline ones. What are you going to add to that? Another Spider-Man?
Wolverine.
I keep looking at Resistance. Wolverine is coming. That's right.
Yeah.
And Sifu.
Absolutely. Sifu is out next month as well. You get Horizon Forbidden West and Sifu in the same month. Both PlayStation titles, different games, granted. But dude, the competition between the two of them, like Sifu's a big title. Don't let Sifu slide. Don't let that one slip away on you. That one, man, it's a fighting game. If you're into fighting games, it's a bit of this kind of like brawler. Dude, I'm excited for that one. It looks very unique. Every time you fail or die, you age and you grow with more experience. Oh man, I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to see how that one turns out as well. We'll get our hands on that one here very shortly. I'll leave it at that. Scott, let's move into what else is coming on with Horizon Forbidden West adds Black Panther and The Matrix stars to its rapidly growing cast on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. This comes from Michael over at PSU. Guerrilla Games has announced a couple of new additions to the games cast, including stars from blockbusters Black Panther and The Matrix. First up, Angela Bassett will voice Regala, one of the game's primary antagonists, who Aloy will be brushing shoulders with. If you don't know Angela, she's actually the queen of the Black Panther movie, dude.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch? What do you mean? Okay, did you not watch Black Panther? That sounds like you didn't watch Black Panther, dude.
I did. That was a couple of years ago now.
It's a while ago. It is. Yeah. It's funny because I was like, okay, what character did she play and what did she do? Okay. Oh yeah, the queen. Okay, cool.
I think of that movie and the main thing I remember is that fight in the water.
Oh yeah, everybody. Yeah, it was awesome, right? It was very cool. And then we all know Carrie-Anne Moss. Dude, like she's I'm surprised. I wasn't expecting some of these characters to come out or these actors to be there. We all know Carrie-Anne Moss from The Matrix. It just like, wow, dude, did you catch the last Matrix?
I haven't I haven't seen it yet. I've been looking forward to it, but it's just one of those things I haven't been able to pin down.
I like the trilogy better, in my opinion. I thought it was okay. The very beginning of the movie, I was like, what is going on? I think maybe it would have helped if I would have refreshed my memory a little bit with the first three, but I do remember loving those compared to this one. And then the new villain-ish kind of thing. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Go watch it. It was good. It was a fun movie to watch, but at the same time, it was just like, man, the other three were way better.
I liked The Matrix, but when I think of the original trilogy, it's really only just number one that's in my head.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
Yeah, that was the only standout one to me.
That's fair. That's fair. Here's a standout as game-changing the streaming service, Scott. It's Stadia. They have a change log. Google wants feedback from players, and PUBG is now free to play. Google Stadia started off 2022 relatively slow, but things are starting to pick up with PUBG now going free to play. However, perhaps a more interesting story was Google asking directly for feedback from Stadia players. The survey mainly asks for feedback regarding the Stadia community blog, but also asks players what they want if Stadia granted them 3 wishes. Scott, that's an interesting request right there, my friend. What would your number one wish be? Not even 3, just pick one if you had to. I already know mine.
That's sort of a difficult one. I'm not exactly sure what I would want to add other than maybe I'm thinking of the catalog of games, and I don't know if there's any RTS games at all. So there's a game that's a much bigger scope on a PC, and I'm not sure if it's really covered under Stadia right now.
Well, Stadia has the opportunity to go with a controller or a mouse and keyboard, right? So you have a wide opportunity of game controls. For me, my number one wish, dude, is exclusives. Bring us the exclusives to the platform.
That's a very ezy one, actually. I'm not sure why I didn't think of that myself.
It's too early in the morning for you, Scott. Too early, buddy.
Guilt 2. Come on.
Well, Guilt was good, right? But we only have a handful. Good. There is right now, I believe, 9 to 5 is what the game is called. I tried it. It didn't really click with me. It's a PvP experience. Let's get into some heavy-hitting single-player stuff. and then mix
Yeah.
in the multiplayer, right? Get us the drive to go to Stadia. Stadia has a thriving community. I'm in the Discord. I see the chat. I see it, man. I'm lurking, right? I'm always popping in and out. And they have a viable community there. Don't kid yourself if you think Google Stadia is done. They're not done. They're far from done, and they're alive and well, and they're moving things forward. The question, like, I'm definitely curious to see what some of the results come out of this little feedback survey, because I would love to see some of their answers. And if anybody hits us up, I'd love to see these answers. Hit us up over the official ITG on Twitter, because yeah, like I said, dude, bring us the exclusives. There's a reason why you go to PlayStation. There's a reason why you go to Xbox. Maybe more so now.
That's a very hot topic right now, yes.
It absolutely is. But there's a reason why you choose one platform over the other, right? But if you can already play everything you currently own and play on those platforms, why move to Stadia? That's the biggest thing for me. On the go, okay, not really a problem anymore if you have xCloud. So if you have the Ultimate Gaming Game Pass service, you're tied into that platform. So then you have the ability to take your games on the go. So Stadia is losing a little bit of that sway they had, Scott, with the ability to take your platform, your games, and wherever you are, you can play them over there. Like, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, they forged out that path. They should the charge, but it seems
Absolutely.
like a lot of other companies have jumped on now, and you don't hear much about Stadia continuing. So it is comforting to hear that there is a big community behind it, because if these 3 wish ideas come up, and I'm sure there's a lot better ideas than even we could think of, and that will just increase the popularity for Stadia. And I want to see them kind of grow. And I don't know if I want them to acquire other companies, but if they could just find a deal to pull some of these timed exclusives, perhaps.
So they closed Stadia Games and Entertainment, right? That was their first party development studio. They closed that down.
After acquiring Jade Raymond.
Oh man,
and how many others, really?
And it was just, well, yeah. So then, not only did you lose Jade, but you lost her entire crew that went with her, right? Like, that's the whole thing. What's going on? So there's a lot of skepticism and questions coming out of the future of Stadia, just because, like, what's the draw? You just lost your first party development studio. You don't have any first party studios whatsoever now. So I'm just gonna play as a third party afterthought kind of thing. So I'm definitely waiting to see what's the future hold for Stadia. I personally enjoy my Stadia. I have the controller, it's connected, I have Google Chrome, I have access to my PC to play it. And one of the funniest things, Scott, was the fact that Cyberpunk actually ran best on Stadia.
Yeah, no, that's a feat of engineering. They made that thing run smoothly.
Absolutely. Well, it's not running.
I can't find my Chrome, and now I'm on Stadia.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, dude, just your computer. All you need is a Gmail account, and away you go. Tied into your phone, whatever you want to do. There's so many. It's just easy to get into Stadia. I think that's one of the best parts about it. It's just a couple clicks and you're in. Download the app. You have a Gmail account, and away you go. Super simple. But
yeah, it saves you the hundreds of dollars on a console, and that has a huge value to somebody.
Absolutely, it does, right? Versus, say, maybe having to get Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which is not a cheap feature every month to have, right? If you can't afford it. But if you go and you can just buy the odd game here or there on Stadia and take it wherever you want, man, like opportunities, buddy. But opportunity right now is to get spoiled with Pokemon Legends Arceus. Copies are out in the wild. This comes from Wesley LeBlanc over at Game Informer. Pokemon Legends Arceus is out next Tuesday, and if you manage to stay away from the spoilers this long, you might want to consider muting some terms on Twitter and staying away from Reddit. That's because copies of Pokemon Legends Arceus are out in the wild in the hands of some fans, and as expected, screenshots, story details, and more are coming up. Scott, why? It's almost out, man.
I can understand being excited about getting your hands on it early.
Yeah, me too.
I know I feel that one semi-often, but it's not okay to then just go and share it with her. It's one thing to go, hey, look over my shoulder, here's something cool, all right.
Yeah.
But to put it online and kind of, especially Reddit, I only know Reddit as like a hive of leaks.
Sure.
And that could be exciting for some, but you have to know what you're looking for. And I don't want anything spoiled in a game that I'm really looking forward to. And this one, I can understand the curiosity about Arceus specifically, because there is a lot of kind of unfair criticism, in my opinion.
Sure.
I've seen a lot of people talking about the look of it and the graphical power. And that's, first of all, that's not what a Pokemon game is about. But secondly, I want to wait for, a general reaction to that before I
Sure.
go and copy that opinion myself. And it's not enough that maybe a dozen people got a hold of it and all dozen of them don't like the graphics. It's not a big enough pool for me to
that's fair.
Accept their feedback.
I think one of the biggest leaks that we've seen in recent years was The Last of Us Part 2. And
I knew you were going to think of that one.
Like, automatically.
That
Dude, that was...
I'm an outsider of the series, and I watch it and I go, holy no.
Right? Like, I'm not going to spoil it if you still haven't played it for some reason or another. Man, my game of the year. Go play that game. You're definitely missing out. But what... spoilers, some people are like, oh, whatever. I'm like, no. Like, don't do that. Just, it ruins the hype. So here we go with Horizon Forbidden West, right? We're all getting hyped out. PlayStation launched another trailer. You see the story, the outcome. And all of a sudden you get major plot points dropped and ruined for you. Dude, it takes the wind out of your sails playing a new game, looking for that fresh experience, looking for that new hype, that new story twist. And all of a sudden that this is coming from my perspective, right? I'm different than others, so maybe you don't have the same opinion as me. But when you have that story plot dropped on you before experiencing it for yourself, for the first time, going in to experience that and going, whoa, you can't do that anymore because someone was just... Yeah.
Well, it just takes away a huge amount of artistry that the developers have put into it as well, that kind of guide you this way, that way, subvert your expectations. That's what I always look for.
Yeah.
But it can be spoiled, and that's so rotten. I think of, whenever this comes up, I think of The Walking Dead. I just stopped watching The Walking Dead. And I did so because one of the major season spoilers, I think it was season 6 or something, was ruined for me. And I just thought, no, you know what? That's it.
Just not cool. Like, it's just, oh man, it sucks. It really does suck getting something like that spoiled. So be aware if you're looking to get the next Pokemon game. Spoilers are out there, so be mindful. Scott, no spoiler here is what's going on with Dying Light 2 Stay Human on Switch has been delayed. Marcus Stewart over at Game Informer. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is slated to parkour its way onto PlayStation and Xbox consoles as well as PC on February 4th. It was also supposed to come to Switch via cloud streaming that day, but will no longer be the case. Techland has delayed the Switch version to an unspecified later date. The team's reasoning is simply to, in their words via a press release, quote, provide fans with a better gaming experience. We all know how that goes, right? So, dude, I'm not surprised. I think the only way you're going to get this game to run on Switch is through this cloud system streaming platform that they're trying to work on. Dude, there's no way you can bring this game to the platform. Like, you're not going to have it on Switch unless you're going to get the Super Switch.
Yeah, I really think this is the time for the Super Switch. Last year would have been great, but I think 2022 is even better. And I think about the scope of this game, and this is my most anticipated game, and it's only 2 weeks away. I am super excited for this one. So if I were relegated to the Switch, I would be quite disappointed that you're not going to get it then. But just as we've seen, you don't want a half-baked game. That's not what anybody wants. And I suspect the Switch version might have some features. I have no idea for sure. But what if the motion controls have something to do with the controls? Anything like that to make it Switch specific. And then that makes a lot of sense. They're going to need a little bit more time for that version. It's not just a simple port.
No, it's not. Techland does promise that the game will arrive on Switch 6 months after the release of Dying Light 2. So
6 months
it's quite a window.
A small delay. Yeah.
No, it's quite the window. So we'll see when it comes out. But dude, what did come out though and hasn't gone so well is Battlefield 2042. It has updates that addresses scoreboard, overall performances, and more. It comes from Jason over at Game Informer. The Battlefield franchise is no stranger to bugs and post-launch fixes. However, 2042 launch has mirrored an abundance of game-breaking issues that left many fans questioning the staying power of their favorite FPS franchise. In past months, DICE responded to the widespread scrutiny, promising a batch of upcoming updates to remedy an assortment of issues while improving fan favorite, currently absent features. Scott?
Yeah, there's a lot of those. No voice chat, man. How do you go and make a squad game with no voice chat?
Yeah. Well,
That's not like that is just the tip of the iceberg. I could get going, but
yeah,
I'll
sure.
as a self therapeutic thing, I'm gonna not get into all the problems with this game because it hurts. This was my most anticipated game for at least a year, and it just fell so flat, and that's so it just leaves a bad taste. It's to the point where I'm thinking after these acquisitions, I'm going, all right, well, who can buy DICE? Maybe we need a shift on the management there, and I don't know the issues surrounding DICE or why this game got held up, but I'm just so disappointed with the results we got.
Everybody is. That's the problem. The community over there is just dying off, like really dying off. And the game's only a couple months old, Scott. Like it's not even. Yeah. This should be thriving right now.
I'm worried they're going to put bots into it, and that's just pull the servers.
We've seen a lot of games, especially start with Titanfall. The original Titanfall had bots in it, but it was acceptable because of
that was by design.
Exactly. This is one of the scenarios going, we just need to populate these servers. Let's put these out in the wild, right? It's a completely different stance if they were to incorporate bots. It's just unbelievable that over at DICE and EA that they said, okay, this is ready to ship. It wasn't, not even close, Scott, to being ready to go, and they just sent it out.
What burns me is that has DICE specifically worked on anything not Battlefield related for a decade? Yeah. So like, if they came out and they made an NHL version, but it's DICE, then I would be much more forgiving because that's not their bread and butter. But
sure,
these are the people that brought you every Battlefield, and you can't.
Yeah, no, it doesn't it doesn't stay well with fans moving forward. Do you trust DICE now to stick around for the next Battlefield game? Probably not, right? That's the other outcome. Dude, they make another one, you're going to go, the problem is, no scoreboard either. Like
are they going to assign you a win or a lose at the end of the game? What's next?
Oh, man. It's
a participation trophy is what it feels like. They're just,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but either way,
I'm a star in Battlefield. I want that recognition. As a top of the leaderboard, looking down.
Well, Scott, what we can't recognize is what games are out today, buddy. So what do we have?
We have Expeditions Rome, and that's on PC.
Nice.
We have, I like this one. We have Paparazzi. You heard that. That's like puppy. It is not a Paw Patrol game, but that is on Xbox One, Series XS, and the PC. We also have another very big drop for us. We are big fans of Rainbow Six Siege. This is Rainbow Six Extraction, and that has released today on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, XS, Stadia, and PC.
Dude, we had a blast. We've got a Let's Play going up. You and I streamed it just the other day. Our review is live as well. You can also go check it out over on InsideTheGame.ca. Scott, first impressions, just to give us an overview, what are your thoughts on Extraction?
Well, I'm pretty hooked on this one right away. It has that kind of Siege feeling to it.
Yep.
That's something I'm very familiar with, but it gives you kind of a little bit twist. Of a playground to experience that. Yeah, instead of being met with a PvP situation and you get put down really fast, it's more empowering to go through 100 zombies, not zombies, but different Chimera. Forms of them. I feel a little bit more powerful in that game, clearing out some of the map.
Very cool. And we have one last game, Scott. What is that?
That is Windjammers 2, and that's on PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One, Switch, Stadia, and PC.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I honestly thought that game was already out.
Yeah, I know I've seen that title before.
We've been talking about it for a while, so I'm surprised it wasn't already finished and out in the wild. But Scott, what is finished is today's show. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can join us live every day, 11 a.m. Eastern, over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, as well as YouTube at Inside the Game Official. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. I'm Drew, that's Scott. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow inside the game.